What is the greatest book ever written? Is there even any consensus? Is it too hard to determine? Hello guys and welcome to I Love Reading, a channel about interesting book-related subreddit topics. If you love our content, please press the like button, leave a comment and lastly, if you're new here, subscribe to our channel. Now let's get started. In terms of an impact on the culture, especially literature, the Bible definitely takes the cake. I don't mean to be that person, but I don't think any of your examples can be stated so definitively as the best of anything. There are centuries worth of music, and the album is a relatively recent convention. How does any music before that technology compare? For complexity alone, music of the Baroque era shows far more musicality, but that doesn't mean it's better to all listeners' ears. That's subjective. A good example of a compiled list of books, and one I've been working my way through, is the Modern Library list. Many of those top 10 appear at or toward the top of many other similar lists, but you'll find people who loathe Ulysses, others who don't mind it but don't believe it should take the top spot, and some who make the pilgrimage to Dublin for it in June. There's too much left to taste. If you were to qualify it more, e.g. best-selling album or book, longest time on bestseller list, etc., something could be definitively stated. Also, I think there's an important distinction to be made between the best and my favorite, as in, author's best work was? But their greatest success may be not being one's personal favorite. I've never been fond of Modern Library's list. I have my general complaints, like a lack of focus on novels published later in the century, and more specific ones, out of all the Iris Murdoch novels they chose under the net. But I just find it stodgy. I think the problem with a lot of best of lists in any medium is that you'll start to see the same stuff over and over again, and they cease to be helpful if you really want to explore. I like list makers who try to be wild in their choices, such as Larry McCaffery, who made his own best English language novels of the 20th century list because he says the original was way out of touch with the nature and significance of 20th century fiction. Can see and argue with his list here. I think what you need to understand is that there is no such thing as the greatest book ever written. The same applies to anything else. There is no such thing as the best fridge, the best movie, the best car, you get the idea. It takes a good author, several good reviews, an excellent story and a couple of other good defining factors to make a book great. But a book cannot simply be the greatest book ever written. For a great book to be a great book mainly comes down to the reviews, the story and the opinion of the reader in question. If it's got an excellent story, tons of good reviews and the reader likes it, then it's a great book that plenty of people will enjoy. But, to put it simply, there is no such thing as the greatest book ever written. It comes down to several factors to define a book as great, but never will it be the best, ever. Everybody poops. Agreed. The history of literature can be neatly divided into two major eras: literature before everybody poops and literature after everybody poops. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. The Apollo 13 Manual. I don't think greatest means most popular. All those examples you listed were very popular, but they aren't the greatest. But anyway, the greatest book to me probably won't be the greatest book to anyone else. It's all subjective. Subjective choice that is dependent on multiple variables all leading to one conclusion. Waste of time. Just enjoy the stuff and move on. If we go by sales, it's a clear winner. The Bible. And influence too. After that, Shakespeare. Is there a particular version that has the most sales, or are they all lumped in together and counted as one? I believe they're all counted as one. Guinness World Records estimated that 5 billion copies had been sold by 1995. Not sure, I've never seen the sales compiled in that manner. But even if Harry Potter is translated into Spanish, it's still Harry Potter sales. House of Leaves. The Odyssey. Encyclopedia Britannica. Snark off. Define book. The modern novel is just a single form of an infinite variety of forms of literature. Will you include languages other than English? How about ancient Greek epic poems? Plays? Chinese? There cannot be a single answer, as there are going to be many highly qualified opinions. Best implies competition, which I think does not belong in the appreciation of art. Talk among yourselves. Lastly, the Gita. There you have it, interesting comments by Reddit users on their take on the greatest book ever written. Note: books talked about in the video can be accessed through the link on the description below. Thank you for watching till the end. If you loved the video, don't forget to press the like button and also subscribe to I Love Reading. See you on the next video.